Before we move on, there's just one last little quick thing that I want to show you around this entire image building process. Now, what I'm going to show you inside this section is not something that you're probably going to do very often or ever, really, but it's something that I thought you might find a little bit interesting and help you get a little bit of a better handle on the relationship between an image and a container. When we were going over the flow of actions that occurred while we were building the image, we spoke about how we take an image from the previous step, we create a container out of it, we do something with that container, and we then essentially create an image out of that running container, or that kind of very temporary container that was created. So at this point, you and I know very well that we use images to create containers, but based on everything that we've been talking about in this section, it sure seems like the opposite is kind of true as well. It seems like we can kind of take a container and generate an image out of it as well. And that actually is correct. You and I can manually create a container, run some commands inside of it or change its file system, and then generate a usable image that we can then use at some point in the future. In other words, we can kind of very manually do the same thing that our Docker file does. We can create a container, run a command, like say apk add redis right here, and then generate an image out of that. I want to very quickly show you how that would look. But again, I really don't expect you to do this on your own personal project. I'm just showing you this as kind of something you might find interesting. So let's try to kind of emulate the Docker file that we just put together. We're going to create a new container manually out of the Alpine image. We're then going to install Redis on it.